Good morning, friends and family. Welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Rachel, All Glory Farms. For those of you returning, you might have noticed that it has been a hot minute since we've done a video. And those of you who follow our Facebook or our TikTok or both, you know that we lost our beloved dog, Vader. We had to make the hard decision to let him go. We didn't realize just how much pain he was in until after we made the decision. And the next morning I was up super early. I couldn't sleep. I was up before 4 o'clock in the morning, and in order to let everybody know what was going on social media, I was going through pictures and old videos of him, and I had forgotten about the smile and the dance because we were so involved in trying to get him healed. We were trying to keep him from scratching himself, biting himself, ripping his skin back open. Like we were doing everything. We did. Our last video was on the raw food diet. That wasn't the first time that we had made the raw food. We'd been doing it for a while. We had been doing Epsom salt and baking soda baths every week for him. He was getting coconut oil on his skin. We were doing silver. Now I can't say the name. Colloidal silver. Thank you. Gosh dang, it's been a minute. But what had happened was we were on the attack. You know, we had done the video that day that we did the bath, and we did the 2 different types of shampoo, and then we rubbed him down with the coconut oil all day long. Not one scratch, not one bite. He was doing good. Everything was great. And then we left for a couple of hours to go to a friend's to let our boys go swimming and to visit with our dear friends. And when we got back, he had ripped his skin open so bad there was actually blood all over my living room. It was bad. And so, all right, what do? We pivot. We try to find the next thing that we can do. So of course we cleaned him up, sprayed him down with colloidal silver, and then that night, so he couldn't scratch, we put a pair of shorts on him, we put a long sleeve t-shirt on him, we put long socks on him, and he didn't scratch all night long. All right, so we've got a solution. So the next thing we do is I go onto Amazon. I find dog onesies. I find dog paw booties. I found a muzzle. Okay, so that's the next step we're gonna go. We're gonna make sure that he can't scratch or bite himself, get this all healed, and then deal with what was suspected was pineal or adrenal cancer. And we would deal with that issue next. The next day we were going to a movie with the boys, and so we set up a comfortable space that he would be all by himself. We put him in the laundry room. Our laundry room's not huge. We turned on the fan so we had some white noise. We put the shorts on him, we put the socks on him, we put the t-shirt on him, and we gave him a brand new bone with the marrow in it, raw bone with the marrow, his favorite. And we went to the movie. When we came back and we opened that door, he was shivering. He was shaking. Like we had just terrified him, or he just, I don't know. But the look in his eyes, he was in pain. He was in misery. He was in agony. And as much as I love him, I can't keep doing that to him. As much as we love him, we can't keep doing that to him. So it was not an easy decision, but he is resting peacefully here on the farm. He is back. He is home. We didn't realize, you know, the next day when I go to do the social media pictures and seeing some of the videos, him doing 35 miles an hour, racing next to our old truck when we were on the beach in Ocean Shores, Washington. We didn't, I forgot about all of that. Like, he wasn't the same dog. And even our dog Abby, she's our nervous one, like she's our scaredy cat. We hadn't even noticed that her demeanor had changed a little bit. She wasn't laying with Vader as much, and they weren't playing. Like, they used to play a lot. You know, they'd come from opposite ends of the yard and hit each other full speed, roll each other over. They'd come in covered in dirt, and we hadn't even realized that they stopped doing that too. So, you know, it's never easy to make these kinds of decisions, especially when they're your pets. And it's a really hard thing to do, especially with our boys. It led to a pretty good discussion of what we're doing on this farm and what will be coming down the road. Like Mike, we love Mike. Mike is like another puppy dog. He follows us around. He, you know, loves his pets, but at some point he will be harvested. And so, yeah, it's been a tough week. So doesn't mean that things have stopped on the farm, and we do have some things to share with you, catch you up a little bit, but just, we wanted to let everybody know that Vader isn't with us anymore, and we are so grateful to God for him. We really are. Like, right now I'm filming in our RV. That's one of the updates. We have a buyer, and they're coming to pick it up tomorrow. And so I wanted to do a video out here because, one, it's quiet, no interruptions, but also spend a little bit more time in here before we let it go. This is the vehicle that brought us from northern Idaho to where we are today. God led us to this video, or this video. God led us to this motor coach. We were looking all over the United States for something like it, and this ended up being in our housing community. We stumbled upon it by accident, and the guy that sold it to us was amazing. It was, God had his hand in getting us out of Idaho. We love Idaho, don't get me wrong. Northern Idaho is beautiful. We have a ton of friends there. Some of you are watching. Hi, we miss you, we really do. We don't miss the snow. Sorry, we don't miss the snow. But I do miss the lakes and the rivers and the mountains and, you know, all of the friends that we made over the 12 years that we lived in northern Idaho and eastern Washington. But it was time for us to go for, I guess, this reason, for the farm. And we traveled in this for about 9 months. We weren't planning on settling down. Matter of fact, we were planning on full-timing for a very, very long time, and God had other plans. He led us to this house, literally led us to this house, and it went from, well, you know, maybe we'll do this as an Airbnb, and that way, you know, once a year we can come down for, you know, 2, maybe 3 months. If we need anything done to the RV, we've got a place to stay. You know, if anything does happen while we're waiting, like if we, I don't know, had an accident and we needed to wait for the motor coach to be worked on, we had a backup. And that's originally why we were looking at houses. And then we stayed. We didn't plan on it. And a farm was never in our minds. We loved this lifestyle. We loved this coach very much. The 4 of us lived in this. We traveled all over the place. We went to Nebraska, where a very good friend of ours gave the boys an opportunity to be pit crew for sprint cars, and we got to spend some really quality time with him in Nebraska. We got to go to Mississippi and see our youngest daughter and spend, I think it was a little over a month there in a really great resort that was just opening. The people there were amazing. Chris, if you ever see this, we still miss you. We got to go to Louisiana twice, once to see our son's girlfriend, and then on our way back from Louisiana, or from Mississippi going through Louisiana, we got to stop and see one of our sons. And that was awesome. We always love seeing him and his girlfriend. They're a joy. Our kids are a joy. We love them so much. But we came to Texas to see our oldest daughter in Austin. And then we came south to see a couple of our friends. And then our plans were to go to South Padre Island for a couple of months. And while we were here, we thought, well, we'll find a house so we can Airbnb and have a backup plan. And we stayed. So long story short, and probably repeated, there's the story. So we waited a long time to put this on the market, which ended up costing us quite a bit of money, it is what it is. We finally found a buyer. They have already bought their plane tickets. They'll be here tomorrow, and they will leave with it on Friday morning. And it will be bittersweet to watch this go down the road without us in it, because this was an amazing blessing for us. We had a lot of really great times. Matter of fact, I do have pictures. I want to show this. That is the driver and passenger seat. And right there, I would put Vader's dog bed, and he would ride down the road right there. And I have some pictures. I'll put them here. But yeah, so that's new. That just happened in the last couple of days. So, as much as it's nice to see this go to someone else and it get used, it will be bittersweet to watch it pull away. It really will. This thing, like I said, lots of great memories, lots of really awesome places. We went to West Glacier. We got to see Yellowstone like we had never seen it before. We got to travel. And as much as I do love the traveling and I do miss it, like there's been times before we put this up for sale, Andy and I were thinking, should we just sell everything again? Because we did. When we were in North Idaho, we sold 90% of what we owned. We got whatever didn't fit in here and didn't fit in the smallest pod you could get, went bye-bye. It either got sold, donated, or thrown away. And we had a lot of stuff. We had a 2-story house of stuff. And that was good for us because we purged things that we've been holding on to for years for no reason. We get so many times people get stuck. They get attached to their belongings, and we don't want anything to have that type of power over us. So no, it can go. If our house ever caught fire and we lost everything, yes, it would be sad. And yes, we would probably mourn the loss of losing our house and everything in it. But now we know we could rebuild, and rather quickly, because I don't even know how we've gathered this much stuff in a little over a year that we've lived here. But we have. We've had some really great blessings come our way. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. We put a lot of work into this. We took care of this, and we enjoyed the heck out of it. We were blessed. So that's one of the updates. Another update, our guinea were causing problems with our chickens. A lot of our girls had feathers missing on their buns. And after days and days and days of spending an hour here, an hour there, just watching, it was the guinea. And they wouldn't pick on the older girls. They only picked on the girls that our second set of chicks that they were raised with. And so we tried to free range them in our pasture. We had an area set up for them in the barn. And yeah, that went over like a lead balloon. Out of 6, 5 ended up in our neighbor's yard. One couldn't figure out how to get over there. Later on the day, I went to lure them back to bring them to the area that we had set up for them in the barn with Scratch, and the one that couldn't figure out how to get over figured it out and was in the neighbor's yard, and they started walking away. It was like they had their back to me saying bye. It's a little frustrating. So they ended up in a neighbor's yard two properties down. So we went and herded them, and our neighbor's son, so awesome. Our neighbors are amazing. Our neighbor 2 doors down, one of their sons helped us herd them back. We got them all put back in with the hens, and then we ended up taking them over to our friend Taylor's farm. She has 69 acres. She has 2 guinea. She had wanted more guinea. When we got our guinea, she had gotten 4 guinea, but her guinea didn't make it. So they weren't working here. So we figured we would bless her on her farm and give them a little bit more room than maybe we've got. And maybe they'd be happier there. And so we took them over to Taylor's, and I believe is quarantining them, or they're free range. They were excited to see her guinea. So yeah, and we realized after the guinea were gone that our coop the run was much quieter, much more peaceful. So that was, as much as we love the guinea, and we do, we just don't have enough property for them to free range on, because they won't stay on our property. And yes, they were raised from itty bitty Keats. They've been in the run the whole time. We thought that everything that we read, all the research that we did, they would stay close to home, and they didn't. They ran the first chance that they got. So yeah, and we're hoping that over on Taylor's farm, like, we could have culled them all and put them in our freezer, but we just wanted them to be able to have a chance to have a longer life. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I've got a couple clips, some things that we've done, and I'm gonna put them here. I'll put in the clips of us gathering the guinea and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll close out. Today we decided to let the guinea free range. That's a whole nother story we'll cover a little bit later, but the coop is much quieter and calmer. Even our neurotic rooster, Alvin, look at how calm he is. He's not running everywhere, freaking out. Everybody is just so calm. Even Barry, like, he's not crowing as much as he usually does. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him lay down in the run. Wow.
When I came out here earlier, there was like 10 or 15 of them that had created their own little hole and dust bath. They were all laying down.
Look at how calm they all are. Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah. The ducks are calm. Everybody's just so calm. Hi, Foghorn. How you doing, big guy? You're so handsome. Yeah. Alvin was just laying in that corner till one of the girls freaked out. But yeah, not having the guinea in here, everybody's just relaxed. Crazy. I'm just really glad that Alvin's getting out of the neurotic stage. That's awesome. Poor guy. Alvin! How you doing, bud? So, yeah, look at that. Even my rooster is laying in one of the little holes that the hens dug. I have never seen Barry lay down in the run, ever. Nice. So happy. There's our other rooster, Red. Maybe their tail feathers are all start growing back in now that the guinea aren't in here. Ah, nice. See if he's gonna freak out if I walk up. Oh, a little bit. Still has a little. Man, this is like night and day. But yeah, don't forget to reopen your coop door if you close it. We've already got a few hens in there laying. Wow, as calm as it is, maybe we'll start getting more eggs than we were before. Maybe the guinea were just stressing everybody out. We'll find out. Gonna have to be more aggressive about it.
Top. Stop trying to kick it and catch it. Holy shit, man. What? No, that was something hit that. So. Alright. Two of them in there. There's three of them. Alright, guys. I got it. Got it? Got one. Okay. Hold on. Stop. Quickly. Get out. Stay there and block. Here, take it. Hurry up, get over here. Ready? Yep.
One's gone.
Okay, get over here.
And there's one left somewhere.
Yep. Go. Jason, back up there. Nope, we're coming right towards Asia. There you go. There you go. Good job. Do a little.
Watch out, Barry.
Alright, shut the door. Oh, while we were videoing. Hi, Alvin. Not really sure what caused that, but needs to be repaired. Dang it. Hi, guys. Yeah. We learned yesterday we can't free range you because you like the entire neighborhood, including people's backyards. So they're going to a bigger farm. So yeah, everything is a lesson on a farm, right? Some you learn the hard way, some are, whatever, but some are of your own doing, your own moments, and we had one. Just watch. This is what happens when you accidentally leave the coop door shut. Your girls got to lay somewhere. They laid under the ramp to the coop. Yeah, that was one of our finer moments. Lesson learned. Yeah. So, and we'll be replacing that coop door here soon. So, yeah. One of the things that I wanted to show you all is, even in our darkest times, God is always with us. And the day that we took the guinea over to our friend Taylor's farm was the day that Vader left us. And it was a very rough day. Not only were we losing our beloved Vader, but we were watching our guinea go. We'd raised them since they were little. And granted, don't get me wrong, they're going to a wonderful woman. Her and her kids, they're amazing people. So they're going to take care of the guinea, and the guinea will survive however they're meant to. Not, it's a little bittersweet, whatever. But Vader was really rough. And so this is what God showed us on our way home. Now that quick video, it was a big, beautiful rainbow. And I do have, let me show you one other clip because that video doesn't do it justice. This thing was bright and it was vibrant, and there were two. So yeah, that was 3 separate clips that I put together of the rainbow. That rainbow was up for a very long time, and it was very bright and vibrant. There was 2 of them. You could see in a couple of the videos, the other one, it was barely there, but you could see it even better with the naked eye. But yeah, that video, or that rainbow was up for a very long time, and we are so grateful for that rainbow. Every time we see a rainbow, it reminds us of the covenant that God made with man, to never destroy the earth again with flood. But there's also a lot of people, there's poems and stuff about our pets crossing over the rainbow bridge, and that rainbow being up for so long and being so vibrant and beautiful, it was such a blessing, because Vader, it was almost a tribute to Vader. I know that's not why the rainbow was up was because of the dog, but it did give us some peace and some comfort, and it made us smile, remembering all the funny things that our Vader used to do. And he was the perfect RV dog. He was the perfect RV dog. He made friends with every neighbor that we ever had. He loved it. He loved riding on the dash. Everybody that ever met Vader just absolutely adored him. We have a friend of ours that we're friends to this day. We met her probably 3 years ago because our furnace went out. She's an HVAC person. We didn't know her at all, we just had called a company. She came out, instantly fell in love with the dogs, and every time she came out to work on our HVAC, she stayed for a very long time so she could love up on Abby and Vader. And now Elizabeth has one of her own cane corsos. So he had an impact. He touched people in beautiful ways, and we are so blessed to have been able to rescue him and have him in our lives. And just, yeah, he was such a blessing to us. The decision wasn't easy, but that is part of owning an animal, for having a pet, however you want to put it, a family member. Like, he's not going to live as long as we do, and we know that. And it taught our boys a few things, and it also brought up conversations about the animals on the farm as well, because they serve a different purpose. So yeah, I mean, as much as we will absolutely miss him, and that we love him very much. No, I'm not going to cry. We're also happy that he's no longer suffering and in pain, because that was hard to watch too. When one door closes, another one opens. And in our case, it's usually several. The RV, like I said before, we have a potential buyer, and hopefully in 2 short days, it will be driving down the road and not be ours anymore. And that, we held on to it for longer than we probably should have, because there was always that thought in the back of our mind, maybe we will turn this into an Airbnb and just get back on the road. We didn't expect to start a farm. We didn't know that that's where we were being led. And here we are, ta-da, a farm. So instead of letting this sit and maybe using it, if we use it once or twice a year, we'd rather go to somebody else who will get the same joy that we got out of it. It'll bless another family and get it out of our driveway. So yeah, praying that this purchase goes smoothly and everything's great for them and everything's great for us. That'll be coming up shortly. We have a couple of other videos that we're going to be putting together for you guys too. So just stay tuned. Again, as always, we really appreciate all of your support, and I thank every single one of you that left a kind word or sent us a message and giving us your condolences. It meant a lot to us. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your likes. We appreciate your follows. Like, we appreciate all of those things. They're not really necessary. We do this so you can follow along, and hopefully we entertain you and we bring you some joy and some laughter and just distract you from your day. That's our hope. Maybe we can bless you a little bit. But you guys, through this last week, all of the comments that were sent to us or messages, we thank you very much. We really appreciate every single one of you guys. And we hope that we're blessing you as well. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm starting to ramble, so I apologize. I just wanted to say thank you. May God bless you. May you have an amazing day, and we'll see you here shortly. Thank you.